Here we are, ready for the third game of the Women's Pool A at the 2019 Asia Rugby Sevens Trophy. It is the hosts, the Tuan Rumah from Indonesia versus Bangladesh. Special mention also to Bangladesh national team. This will be their very first game, very first tournament at this level. And also congratulations to the previous team, Qatar, who also have just participated in their very first tournament at the Asia level. Great to see this sport developing in our Asia region. It's getting bigger and bigger, and we're ready now for the third game of the Women's Pool A, Indonesia versus Bangladesh. Of course, the Indonesian national team here have got experience now from last year's Asian Games where they participated for the very first time. So let's see how their experience will result in this game at the Asia Rugby Sevens Trophy Tournament. Indonesia running left to right of your screen in the red and white. And we're off, underway in the third game of the Women's Pool A. Bangladesh with first taste of the ball, and they run it up. They see a gap. Oh, it's great defense from Indonesia, great defense. And Indonesia turn up with the ball. They're running it up. It's number 3. Indonesia in the 22. Indonesia down the try line. Indonesia have the first try of the third game within 30 seconds. Great try, Indonesia. That was great defense there to start off with Indonesia as they kicked off. A great clean out there from the Indonesian girls coming up with the ball. Try time for Indonesia, and the conversion is unsuccessful. The score remains Indonesia 5, Bangladesh 0. Great start for the hosts here in downtown Jakarta at the Gelora Bung Karno Sporting Complex here at the rugby field. Restart from Indonesia. It's 5-0, and Bangladesh will get used to the ball again. They're in their 22. Nice kick there from Bangladesh, turning the Indonesians around. It's gone past the halfway line. A good line of defense here from Bangladesh. Let's see what Indonesia will do. It's a great run from number 1, Indonesia. They're up to the 30. They're up to the 22. Number 7, she's being dragged back. Indonesia on the attack. Good defense here from Bangladesh. A good setup here. Good ruck here. Indonesia spreading the ball. Number 10 for Indonesia, taking it up, taking a hit. Indonesia on the attack again. Step in. It's number 3 for Indonesia. Try time right under the post. It's Indonesia 10, Bangladesh 0. That try was from Indri from Indonesia. And the conversion is successful, taking the score for Indonesia 12, Bangladesh 0. Number 5, conversion. Great start here for the hosts, Indonesia. Bangladesh again. They've got the chance to spread the ball. They're taking it on, but it's good defense from Indonesia. And that's a knock-on. The ball trickles out, but the ref will call the knock-on first. Scrum. 30 meters out from the Bangladesh try line. The feed to Indonesia. The referee giving some last-minute instructions there to the players for the scrum. As you all know, safety first here for rugby. Safety is of the essence in our sport, especially in the scrums. The referee wants that again. Yeah, giving more instructions to the scrum half. Ball's in. Great win for Indonesia. Scrum win for Indonesia. Spreading the ball out. There's an overlap for Indonesia. The ball is loose. Number 1 for Indonesia. She's in the 22. She's gone past the defense. She's in for a try. Indonesia in again for their 3rd try of the morning. A good start to their campaign. Takes the score to Indonesia 17, Bangladesh 0. The conversion is unsuccessful, leaving the score at 17-0 to Indonesia. The Indonesian national team is coached by George Wilson from Australia, and he's done a great job over the last 2 years for both the men's and the women's team. And here's the results today so far in the women's Pool A, Game 3, Indonesia leading 17-0. Indonesia has come up with a ball. That's great defense. They set it up. Number 5 taking it on her own. Down the blind side wing. She's taking it on. She's into the 22. Indonesia on the attack again. It's Indonesia. It's number 6 for Indonesia. It's try time. It's great vision there from the number 5 and 6 linking up there on the blind side wing. Takes the score to Indonesia 22, Bangladesh 0. Conversion unsuccessful. This is a great start for the hosts, Indonesia. For the women's team, under the guidance of George Wilson. No, it wasn't. 22 zip. Restart from Indonesia. Bangladesh will get another chance to use the ball. Great effort here by Bangladesh. This is their first tournament at this Asia level. Great to see this game develop so far. The referee will play the knock on. No, she won't. It will be half time. So at half time, it's Indonesia 22, Bangladesh 0. So we are here at the Gelora Bung Karno Sports Complex at the rugby pitch. This was the venue, as you can remember, ladies and gentlemen, for the 2018 Asian Games last year, where rugby for Indonesia was played for the very first time. So some pretty historic moments of late here for Indonesian rugby. It's a pleasure for us to host this year's Asia Rugby Sevens trophy. It's great to have all these countries. We have more than 15 countries participating over the next 2 days here. Great to see the sport developing in our region. We have countries like Bangladesh, Uzbekistan, Mongolia, Laos, Qatar, all these new countries playing this great game of rugby. It's great to see these girls having a crack at it. This is the 3rd game of the women's Pool A. We have Indonesia 22, Bangladesh 0. Qatar will kick off in the second half, and they will be running from left to right of your screen. Second half underway. Bangladesh will start us off with a nice kickoff. Well taken there from Indonesia. Indonesia with first use of the ball in the second half. Number 12 going up the middle. What a hit from number 12 from Bangladesh. Great hit. She'll feel that tonight. It's Indonesia with the ball. It's number 3 for Indonesia. A good little pop-up there. Indonesia on the attack. Indonesia running it up the middle, spreading it out to the right. Nice step from number 1. She's up the middle. She's over the 22. A great ball to number 7. And it's try time for Indonesia. Try time. 30 seconds into the second half. Indonesia lead Bangladesh 27-0. Great lead-up work there from Indonesia from the kickoff, receiving the ball. And that conversion is successful for Indonesia, taking the score to 29-0. Time has been called by the referee. There will be a replacement for Indonesia. Number 8 is on. And it's the try scorer having a bit of a break. Kick off there from Indonesia. It's a good one. Well taken from Bangladesh. Nice defense there from Indonesia. But it's a knock on, unfortunately. The Indonesians have knocked on, but it's great defense, great pressure. It will be a scrum. It's been a very impressive performance here from the hosts, Indonesia, for their first game against Bangladesh. Bangladesh, of course, this is their very first tournament at the Asia level, so kudos to them. Well done. The referee pulls up the scrum for an incorrect feed. The ref will give Bangladesh a second chance there to feed the scrum. Scrum win for Bangladesh. They're deep inside their half. They're on the 22 line. They're running the ball up. Dangerous pass there. Indonesia have come up the ball. It's been towed forward. And it's been towed again from Bangladesh, with a line out for Indonesia to throw in. 5 meters out. Indonesia with a throw in. Overthrow from Indonesia, but it's been knocked on from Bangladesh. Indonesia on the attack from the line out. Number 1 is taking it up the middle. She pops it up for number 8. It's a try under the post for Indonesia. Number 8, try time. Great pressure here from the Indonesian team. The score is now 32-0. Conversion unsuccessful for Indonesia. The score remains 32-0 for Indonesia. Indonesia will restart here in the third game of the women's pool B. Bangladesh have kicked it out. Indonesia on the attack. Number 11 pumping her legs, making 20 yards, releasing for herself again. Great attack from Indonesia, great ruck. Good defense from Bangladesh. Has forced Indonesia to spread the ball out to the right. Indonesia see the gap. They spread it out. They're hanging on. It's a knock on from Indonesia. Scrum feed to Bangladesh. Indonesia looking impressive when they spread the ball and use the ball out wide. The fast girls on the wing for Indonesia. The score is now Indonesia 34, Bangladesh 0. Free kick to Indonesia. From the scrum, Bangladesh not feeding the scrum properly. Refs pulled it up. Quick tap from Indonesia. Number 12 with the ball in the 22. She's popped it up for her teammate, number 1. And number 1 is in for her second try for Indonesia. The conversion is successful from Indonesia, taking the score out to 41-0. Restart here from Indonesia. Bangladesh get a chance to use the ball. Some nice passing there from Bangladesh, popping up the ball here. They're 35 meters out from their own try line, now 40 meters out. Indonesia with hard defense though. Indonesia have come up with the ball. No, it's Bangladesh. Penalty. Penalty to Bangladesh. They go for a quick tap, but the referee has called it up. It's Bangladesh. Quick tap, quick restart. She's flown that ball over to the left. They're still with the ball, Bangladesh. And that's the hooter or the buzzer for the end of the game, but the referee hasn't called it up. Ball still in play. Bangladesh on the attack up to the halfway line. Good defense from Indonesia. Bangladesh still with the ball, springing it out. Oh, attempted intercept. And that is the final whistle. Women's Pool B, Indonesia 41, Bangladesh 0. Great performance there from the hosts, Indonesia, and a good effort from the Bangladesh team for their very first Asia Trophy Sevens game here. I think George Wilson, coach of Indonesia, will be happy with that performance to open the campaign for the Indonesian